Welcome to the Ana Nicole Show. I'm Nicole.
I'm Anna.
We're two best friends from high school. We've been through it all, and we're here to share our chaotic lives with you.
For your entertainment. Talking shit about your best friend while she's in the bathroom.
Let's get back to the days of when we were talking shit about people. Everybody's so weak and cares so much about what everybody thinks, but it's so much fun. Come on. Gossip is like life. Hello, 40s. In today's episode, we're going to be unraveling the truth of what it's really like to be in our 40s. From our biggest changes, crises, being single, and those damn chin hairs. Even though we're new to our 40s, it's still like a thing, trust me. So hello to our 40-something friends, our past and future 40-something friends. This is episode 4 of the Ana Nicole Show.
The shit show. Let's be serious.
Obviously, I mean, it's us.
Hello.
Today's episode of Life in the 40s, time to reevaluate. We're only getting older, baby.
So we're going to be your guides today on our wild journey. And boy, oh boy, do we have a surprise in store for you today.
You know, when you look into the mirror and you don't even recognize yourself anymore, from strong cocktails filled with vodka or self-discovery.
Well, the time we feared when we were in our 20s, they're here. And they're like at your fucking front door. Like, yo, bitch, I'm here. Look at the bags under your eyes and the wrinkles. Your feet are flat. Fuck you, Barbie. Where have you been for the past 15 years?
We're going to be putting our signature Ana Nicole blends with a dash of sarcasm, humor, and real life facts while we just sit here and try to stay hip and cool, you know, lit.
Saying lit. So they and thems, put on your glasses, grab your pillows, because we're about to take a wild journey into the beginning of your 40s, and I don't think anyone is ready for that shit.
And don't forget about Z and Zer.
Z and Zer?
Duh.
With Z and Zer.
It's like a huge pronoun.
Oh, so they're not going by kittens anymore?
They are.
Subscribe.
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest show on earth.
And just don't do that, they, them shit. It's fucking stupid. You're one person. One! That makes no sense. I don't get it. I don't
because
care.
they and them is more than one
learning.
person.
I've been here for 40 freaking years. Now you want me to call you something that, and I have to say this too, because Anna said it earlier about identifying as cats. In the town I live with, I have a friend who's a teacher in the high school, in the town next to me. They're fucking litter boxes in their bathrooms. Who's scooping the shit? Do they have to do it after? And like, how do you feel? I get so many questions. You identify as a cat. If my son or daughter said that, I would give them cat food, make them live outside in a cat house. I'd make them catch an animal with their teeth until they were like, I'm not a cat, I'm a human.
You can do the obstacle course for cats that they do in the backyard with the bird houses.
Yeah, that would be too fun.
It's like a bird feeder and a clothesline and the squirrel and the cats. It's fucking hysterical. You gotta watch that.
Also, I just want to point out there to everybody that we are not like professionals. I mean, we are, but we're not professionals in like advice. So just don't do anything we say we do unless you just go against our advice and try it. Then you must give us full credit. Bottom line.
As long as you don't go to jail and you're still allowed to talk about it, definitely CC us on the fucking email. For sure.
Holla. So please like and subscribe. Share this with your grandma, your neighbor, your second cousin, third cousin, first cousin.
The sister-in-law that you absolutely hate. Yeah.
Yes. If you want to put somebody through torture and you're really trying to get even, share this podcast.
They'll really fucking hate you. What is wrong with those bitches? Oh my God.
And I also
Why
want to
are they
say,
so funny?
I know they will love us. They will be subscribers in no time. But I do want to say too, this is our 4th podcast. Whoop, whoop.
Yay!
And I'm like in awe that there's not like millions of people watching or listening, but there's a good amount of way more people than I expected from like all over the world. And it's so awesome. And I know we're just like trying things out. We're going to get better and better as the weeks go on, but I really do thank you and appreciate it. And I hope that you listen again. And yeah. So being in our 40s, yeah. A time we all dreaded. I dreaded
fresh face. This is after a long day of work. You see this? Do you see this? What is this?
Have you seen those
You
little
know how
tapes?
men have a 5 o'clock shadow? We have the bitch, you're turning 40 bags under your eyes. That's what women get. And that fucking shit is permanent. Like forever. Right there. Right there. I didn't have that 15, 20 years ago. This was like baby skin.
There were some nights you didn't sleep for like 3 weeks and you had them damn bags.
Listen, those nights were well worth it. That's how we kept that crispy tan all summer, okay? Waking up on the beach at 7 a.m., well worth it. Can't go wrong. Thank God we live on an island.
Well, I don't, but yeah.
Well, do you live up by Canada?
So we're both single in our 40s, and there's
Clearly.
like... I just don't know why. Why doesn't anybody want me? I'm perfect.
I don't know. You look really good, though.
Oh, thanks.
You do. I think you look great.
Thank you.
Must be that wildfire air coming in from Canada.
No, we didn't get any of it. Just
no, really?
We live about an hour from Niagara Falls.
That's Canada.
We did not. I was on a cruise, so I was in Bermuda, but we didn't get anything close to what New York City got. And we don't get any smoke here. And I'm literally an hour from Canada. And that's what makes me think that like it's something else. Nothing. It was like a little foggy, but like New York City looked like freaking zombies.
You know what it reminded me of? I hate saying it, but it's the one thing that like I get flashbacks of. Like right after the Twin Towers collapsed during 9/11, and everyone was like going across the fucking Brooklyn Bridge from Chinatown trying to get into Brooklyn, and everyone's covered in ash, and all you see is smoke, and the sun is setting over Brooklyn Harbor. That's literally what it reminded me of. I'm like, this is kind of triggering.
It was. I was working at the Grove during that time, and all this we could at the Grove, which is about like an hour and 20 minutes by car from New York City. So all this huge, big black clouds of smoke coming that way.
Days, man, that was awful.
I know that was crazy. But, so back to being single and our 40s. There's a big stigma about being single. Well, I'm sure there's a lot. What do you think is a stigma of being single in your 40s?
You're like a spinster.
Spinster?
Like a spinster. Like, you know, like back in the day, those old women who never got married or had kids, and they were always like a seamstress, and they had like in the Cinderella movie, and she like touches the spinning wheel thing. That's what it reminds me of.
Well, I think like
that's what I feel like at 40. But thankfully, I got a really cute little boy. So, yay genetics.
Yeah, you do. And I don't. And I feel like I think like I was lied to. Guys used to always say like, I don't want to be married. And I didn't know if I wanted to be married or not. I did when I was in a relationship with somebody I love. He's no longer here. So that, is out the window. But I haven't, anybody else, I don't think it was like worth it. But now, like trying to date people, I feel like they're like, you were never married, you don't have any kids. What's wrong with you?
Do you know why men get married? You know why men get married to like the first basic bitch?
I know.
Because she'll do his fucking laundry and clean up his dirt.
No, but they don't. That's the thing. I know a lot of people get married to somebody. They never lose their baby weight. They're 60, 70 pounds heavier. Their house is unorganized, like completely unorganized, a mess. There's never dinner, food, whatever. And all they do is bitch and complain. And the reason why I'm saying this, obviously, it's not me because I'm not married, but I know a lot of men that say this. And not only that, there's 1 million married men on dating sites, and they all say the same thing.
Don't get married.
So what's wrong with me? I'll let anybody know. What's wrong with me is that I was addicted to heroin for 12 years. I thought it would kill me. And I just hung around people that I didn't want to spend the rest of my life with. So I wasn't going to it wasn't even a consideration. It's like all of a sudden I snapped my fingers and now I'm 40. It was like, fuck. Now I'm getting older. I need to either make a change or die. Which one's going to happen? So that's really why. And I needed to take a good 4 or 5 years to myself to work on myself so I can be a good partner. Because every relationship, well, not every relationship, but a lot of the past relationships were kind of toxic because they were like drug related or there was some other substance involved and they were an asshole and like, I'm just not with that now.
Nah.
So it is hard because I have I'll get into that in a second. Well, I guess I can get into it now, but I have a whole thing of what I want. And like, I'm not going to settle.
Did you make like a dream board?
I did.
But like a Ken board?
Just a quick list. So I want someone who's
That's
like,
what it's called, a vision board.
No, I didn't make that. I just made a list. Okay. I want somebody who's like on the same page as me, who's like supportive, understanding, wants to like work, like willing to make things like work. So doesn't really hold grudges. I want like a manly man, like who knows how to fix something. I also kind of want somebody who's like an ex-con or something, like an OG that turned their life around. Obviously,
like that's kind of like a bad boy who turned into like Bob
like
Vila.
Lots of tats and stuff. That's not mandatory, but I think like it's good because no one else will be able to understand the things I went through, So there's that. But I mean, he's got to be like reformed. I don't want like a drug dealer or anything. I want you also somebody
want like one of those reformed, born again Christians that are going to be like, we got to go save the world.
Well,
knocking on people's door one doorstep at a time.
Yeah, I also want somebody who's like willing to even like work together, like business driven, who's like willing to take like risks business wise and like understands a little bit of like the digital world. Because if they don't, it's so like Jason, he doesn't understand the damn thing I do. He understands like, and it's so hard to have a conversation with him.
Does he get angry at his cell phone?
Yeah, he doesn't even use a cell phone. He literally leaves it here all the time. That's why I use it a lot now that my phone's not broken. And then like
How old is he?
44. Yeah. Anyway, the person has to be funny. And then
Obviously.
also like wants to like, doesn't care. It's like down for whatever, like YOLO almost, like, all right, let's do it. Let's just go. You know,
Yeah.
not like having to like overthink things. And like
Right.
6'2", tan, build, a little like dad bod would be cool.
Yeah.
Kids, no kids, I don't care.
Beard or no beard?
I like the beard.
Really?
I stand with the beard.
Ew, that's so fucking gross, man. It's like the Peter Griffin episode on Family Guy with the 3 little birds and they live in his beard when he like grows it really long and he like feeds the little birds. It's like just crawling with bacteria.
No, there's men that take care of their beards. Jason grows a big beard, but he needs to like shape it and like, you know, whatever. But I mean, I like
Put the
both.
oil in
I
it.
like a little stubble. Like, I mean, I think it's like
A little scruff isn't bad, a little stubble, but yo, like
I want a fucking man. I don't want a little boy. I don't want no offense to anybody, but I don't want a they, them. If you don't identify as he, him, bye-bye. If you are messaging me in your dating profile and it says women or transsexual, don't message me. I don't care what you do on your personal time, but I do not want to be with a man that has a dick in his mouth. I don't care if the other person is a woman or identifies as a woman. I still don't like a man that will suck a penis. Bottom line.
facts. Can I get an amen?
And the reason why I bring that up is because I literally just said this to a guy the other day. I was like, no offense. I was like, I respect you and I think you're a really nice guy. I'm like, but it says transsexuals in your profile. I'm like, I'm not cool with being with a man that likes dick.
Exactly.
He's like, yeah, but he's like, it's a trans person. And I'm like, I get that, but I still like.
What does
he's
that
like,
have to do with what you're?
Because he's saying like he wouldn't suck a man's dick; he'll only suck a woman's dick.
Women don't have dicks. I mean,
I know, but trans women
I took
do.
health class.
Some trans women do have dicks. Not. So he's saying he'll suck a trans woman's dick, but he wouldn't suck a gay guy's dick. Why not? I don't fucking know.
If you're a trans woman and you have a dick, doesn't that mean you're biologically a male? So technically, you're still sucking a man's dick at the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah,
it's just that this man just tends to get really nice mani-pedis, wears a good dress, you know, takes really great skincare routines.
Don't get me wrong. There's some trannies that are like a million times hotter than me.
Oh my God, I know. Hello, we grew up across the street from fucking Cherry Grove.
Right. So,
like, let's be serious.
But just like gay guys don't want to fuck me, I don't want to fuck a gay guy. A guy that,
I definitely don't understand how someone can say, I'll suck a trans woman's dick, but I won't suck a gay guy's dick. Yo, it's insane.
And he got into the whole thing. He's like, you're just stuck on. I said, I'm not homophobic. I don't care. If you want to be trans, that's fine. Do you? I might, I'm not going to hate you or disrespect you. I don't care what you do with your life, but that does not mean I have to fuck you or marry you.
No.
And, in a crazy world, let's just say I fell in love with somebody that could it happen? Maybe nothing, but that's not what I'm like attracted to or what I'm looking for.
Yo, this was like every episode of Jerry Springer. Hello, in the 90s.
And you know what? It's even more fucked up is that there's a lot of straight men out there that really like transsexuals. And
I know. I lived in Atlanta.
No, I don't like that. There's not many like manly men left. Like, bring back manly men. We need manly men.
They wear skinny jeans. Their jeans are tighter than our socks, man.
I wouldn't date a guy that wore skinny jeans either. Just saying.
No good. I love it when they're like you see a guy walking and he's super tall and skinny, and you see like he can't walk because he's wearing like these super tight skinny jeans, but then he's got them like right below his ass, like just hanging there. I'm like, yo, the only reason why your pants haven't fall down is because they're so tight on your legs that they are staying up.
And listen,
and you're
that's
wearing
fine.
this.
I know there's some people that are attracted to that, and that's good. Good for you. That's just not what I'm attracted to. You're probably not attracted to what I like, and that's completely fine. That leaves more for me.
Because you like men. Men have penises. Trans women do not have vaginas. They have penises because they're still fucking men at the end of the day.
Ooh, I don't think
you don't like it.
I don't
Go
think the world
fucking
wanted
wake
you to
up,
say that because
Darwin.
you just froze.
Why?
Because you froze and you were like, you are not.
You know, like Darwin and his like.
I don't want to make this episode about trans people. So
I know it's just such a big fucking topic.
We will, because we both have feelings on it, talk more about it. But I don't think. I mean,
this is the right episode for it.
And like, I'm sorry if you are trans, live your life, but you also have to respect that you are different. And I'm sorry if you don't think you are. That doesn't mean I don't think trans people shouldn't have the same rights or anything like that. They do have the same rights. Everybody has the same rights. I think that there's like some things about the bathroom, whatever. You have to look on it both sides. Whatever works. I don't know. I'm not in that situation. Don't care right now. It doesn't really affect my life, but do you? I just seriously will say before we stop talking about it, is that if you are thinking about it being trans and you seriously think about it on a medical perspective before you start taking a drug that you have to take for the rest of your life. That's all I'm going to say. So, Anna, how do you feel about being a single mom? Do you ever want to have a partner, or like, how is dating with being a mom? Like, would you introduce people to your son and when? All that
not
stuff.
a chance. Not
Never?
a fucking chance. After like a certain amount of time, but people are so fucking crazy, and men are. I'm sorry. I work in mental health. I work with a lot of former violently sexually violent criminals. I don't want any fucking strange man near my kid. And if I see any strange guy near my kid, I usually bug the fuck out on them. I tell them, what the fuck are you doing talking to my kid? Get the fuck away from him. I'm not crazy. I just see so much of this shit. And it's like, for instance, a client goes to jail for child pornography, caught in a lewd act with a minor under the age of 12. I don't know, some shit, right? So he goes to jail for a couple of years, gets out on probation. Gets picked up by the cops. Not even 30 days out. Fucking kiddie porn on his phone.
Well,
you know what the worst part is?
Anna? What does this have to do with dating? Are you meeting up with child molesters?
No, but this is how I see men. I'm like, I don't
see all men like that.
if you're 40 years old and you're a man and you don't have any kids.
Are you kidding?
I know.
That's me, though.
I know, but it's different when it's a man.
Why? How is it different?
Yeah, I don't know.
I just don't.
I think because of the position I'm in at work, I just view people completely different now.
There's a lot. Okay, let's be real. There's a lot of really messed up people out there, and
there's a lot that
aren't. Get the most attention because they're louder. But there's also, like, I have to say, we got to give credit because there are a lot of really good guys out there, and most of them are taken. I get it, but also, I feel this is how I feel. Is a lot at this age. A lot of guys are getting divorced because they're not happy with who they married, and they're at the point where they're never getting married again because they're going to split half their income until they meet me. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, I'm so laid back and easy. It's like, and not like that. I don't mean like that. I'm not easy like that. I'm just very chill. Like, I don't care. I don't stay angry long. I'm very go with the flow. I mean, when I get mad, but I let it go. Like 5 seconds later, cool. Like, I don't want to be, I'm not trying to control you to live your life. Let me live mine, whatever. But, I feel like a lot of them are taken, but there's gotta be, I mean, I don't know. Want me to be single forever? And then I don't even know. Like, I didn't want to have a kid ever. And then I kind of like, at like 35, I was like, eh. But now I'm like, I couldn't at that time. I was there was just no way. I was like, I used to pray for it because I thought it would get me clean at a certain point. And I tried, it just didn't happen. So I wasn't, meant to be, I guess. But now it's like, do I really want a kid at 40? A newborn at 40?
No, not a fucking chance.
But
how much do you like sanity?
Not much.
Yeah,
I don't really like being sane. I mean,
you're never gonna sleep ever again, ever.
You get plenty of fucking sleep.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, like those first 3 months when they come home from the hospital.
3 months ain't shit.
That's what you say. That's what you say till you're half asleep on like your third day of no sleep, and this baby is colicky and screaming and crying, and your partner's at work. And you're like, I just want to fucking brush my teeth. And all of a sudden, this kid, as you're changing their diaper, starts poop into your mouth.
I mean, but at least it's your kid's poop. At least it's your kid's poop. The next topic.
No.
It's your kid's poop. I mean, let's be real. Would you rather your kid's poop or my kid's poop in your mouth?
No kid's poop in my mouth.
I'll never forget when I was like 5 or 6, my brother, was born. He was born when I was 5. I started wanting, I wanted a baby doll. He was so ugly when I couldn't stand him. He came out hairy. I thought he was like Oriental. And I'm like, what the I cried. So
your mom tells me all the time. It's so funny.
And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, he became like the cutest thing I've ever seen, ever. And I wanted to change his diaper. And I opened up the diaper and it was like, psst, right on my face. I was like,
done.
I don't want him anymore.
That's literally what it's like. That's what parenting is like.
That's what boys do. They like to pee whenever.
They do.
And they're still like that. Let's be real.
If Johnny's playing a video game, if Johnny's playing a video game in the living room and I'm in the bathroom or I'm in the shower, I'll go outside in the fucking driveway and pee. I'm like, I'm right. You could have just been like, he's like, yeah, but this is easier. I'm like, he'll open the front door, just pee into the driveway.
Where did you get that from, John?
What is wrong with you?
He's a guy. I mean, it's just like their instinct. Like, just like ours, or we have other things, but like, men and their pee. I have cats, male cats, and like, I know about their like pee. Like, I just was telling her a story before. I have like this, I don't know what it's called. So like a thing where you would scoop like ashes into a fireplace. Well, we were using a charcoal grill, and we put the ashes of that in there. It's like a little bucket thing. And it's outside on my porch, and there's also a litter box on my porch. And my cat went outside, hopped in the thing, peed in it. Looked at me, smiled.
Peed in what? In the barbecue grill?
Bucket of ashes.
But didn't he have a litter box?
That's the whole point. Yeah. But he's a male, and he wanted to piss in there so he could tell all his brothers that are outside. He's the only house cat. Tell everyone else outside, this is my bucket. And that's how men are. Just saying.
Yep.
Okay, I want to talk about, like, reinventing yourself in your 40s. How do you feel like that? Like, how do you feel about, like, being in your 40s now? You feel like life's over, or do you feel like you could do whatever you want in the world?
A little bit of both. Oh, we have a surprise guest.
Hi, Baloo.
Say meow meow. Say hi, Ana Nicole. Say hey, everybody. Meow. Meow. I'm gonna get so angry. I love this cat. So, yeah, it's a little bit of both. You feel like, what else is there to fucking do at 40? You know? But at the same time, it's like, it's weird. It's almost like you're awake for the first time and you can actually understand what the fuck is going on. But at the same time, you realize this is a fucking shit show. I don't want to do this. Can I please go back 20 years? Please.
Yeah, no, I will say when I turned 29, that's when I was like, life's over. I'm done. In my 30s, whatever. And honestly, the 30s was the most transformative. I don't, I'm retarded, everybody. Oh, sorry. I can't say the, but legally I am. Okay. So
let's see the diagnosis.
Transformative because, like, just like she said, it's like all of a sudden your eyes get open. But there's two things I want to say. Is one, okay, if you think about from when we were 20 to now, doesn't that seem like such a long time? And like a lot of times I often look back and have regret and think like there's so much I could have done with my life. But think about it now. I think about it though. All right, say the average person lives to like 87, I think it is. If I take now 40 more years, not even, or 20 more years till I'm 60, that's a long time. That's all we have all that time. And not only that, we're smarter. We're like, whatever.
You're more put together.
What?
You're like more put together as a whole person at 40.
Yeah.
I feel,
right? I think like also too, the people that are like multimillionaires, I don't know this is stats from a couple years ago. I don't really know now with social media and stuff, but people become like multimillionaires and have really successful businesses. It usually happens in their like 50s or 60s. It's not like it's happening in their 20s. It is happening for a lot of young kids now because of social media and everything else, but whatever. The other thing is, and this is really what really changed a lot of my thought process, is I used to do per diem work at this convention center. And it was like a women's thing, whatever. And this lady stood up and she was like 73 years old and she just graduated medical school. and she's was opening up her own practitioner for, what do they call the kid doctors? Pediatrician. Yeah, she's a pediatrician. And she just opened it up at 73. It's like, oh, that was so like eye-opening. Like, yeah, why wouldn't she? Why wouldn't she do that? Would she just sit around and wait till she dies? And I guarantee she'll live long. You know what I mean? And she has so much knowledge and everything else. She'll probably be an excellent doctor. And I just thought it was really inspiring to see that, because I feel like I wouldn't go to medical school at this age. Like, there's no way. Just because, like, I don't want to. But I think that should give everybody some type of opening. Like, life, you have so much time. It doesn't matter. Like, time is our best friend and our enemy, because it does, in bad situations, you need that time to get over something. And then it's our worst enemy, because it happens, like, things happen so fast. You have to, like, live in the moment, stop stressing about shit, and take action. Like, if you don't, someone was trying to sneak in. If you don't take action, then nothing, it's not going to just happen. Things don't magically happen for you.
No, they don't. You have to, like, put it out there.
So I have been in, like, a place. I'm stuck. I feel stuck. I love what I do for work, but, like, I had a bunch of clients that helped me form my business, but I undervalued myself. I wasn't confident at the time in what I did. And I was underappreciated and undervalued and underpaid, most importantly. And even though it was, like, decent money, it's not even in competition to what other people do. I mean, charge for what I do. And not only that, it's like, I'm making you millions of dollars. Like, there's got to be something. So I parted ways with these people. And I decided, like, all right, it's time to make changes in my life. I have a couple clients, obviously, still, that I make money from, but, like, I'm kind of at a crossroads. I'm like, what do I do with myself? Do I just give up, or do I just do whatever I want? Like, I could do whatever I want, which is, I will say, the one benefit of not being in a relationship or having kids. Just saying. But I kind of was feeling a little sorry for myself. And then I'm like, you know what? No. So I've been making a lot of changes. Like, I just started doing 75 hard. So I've been working out every single day, walking like 4 miles a day, starting eating healthier, no drinking, like, at all, for at least for 75 days.
Okay.
And I feel like when I made that decision, and then I also made the decision to just move forward on things that, like, I want to do. And one of those things is the podcast too, because this does take more work than most people would think to do. I just feel better and more, like, confident with myself that I can do it. And
Good.
I think that the only reason why I'm, like, even saying any of this is because I feel like there's a lot of people that bitch about things and they don't make the changes, and it's hard. It is hard, but, like, you make the changes. I've only made changes like a week, 8 days, and I feel so much better. And, like, I got fat. I'm fat right now. And, like, I'm not going to reach that 200 mark, and I'm close. And it's just like working out. Your mind feels so much better. And, like, already, like, I could feel, like, me getting slimmer. And it's just like, oh, because there's nothing worse when, like, you're not comfortable in your own freaking skin.
That's the worst feeling.
And that's why also I can identify with trans people, and I have sympathy on how they feel. I get that. So I don't want to, like, put people down, because I don't know you. Like, I will like you or not like you based on how you present yourself, bottom line.
Right.
But anybody can make changes. Like, listen, I've gone through from being like the biggest scumbag in the world to making a lot of money, and to now like, taking a step back and just like saying, okay, like what is it that I want? What's going to make me happy because if I'm not happy and I'm miserable, I had to take that month off work because otherwise I was like going to freaking lose it, and like, if you're not taking care of yourself in the right way, and it's just going to be bad.
Yeah.
Trust me.
And the older you get, it's only going to get worse. There's just so much shit coming at you from every angle. Like, whether you're sleeping, you're awake, shit does not stop. And it's like just exploding at every minute all around you. And you just got to roll with it, man. What are you going to do? You're going to fucking duck and cover and cry about it? No. Man the fuck up. Let's do this. Put some shoes on. Get a hair tie. Let's roll out. Bring a phone charger while you're at it. That's it. Let's do this.
Yeah. And I understand depression and everything. And I know like there's a lot of people that like are out there and like, you need to go to the gym. Like, they say this to heavy people. And they're not wrong though, because you can't, I'm not saying that's a magical answer, but like, being depressed is hard. I mean, I've been there and it is hard, but you have to fight like it's your life to get up and make changes. I will say it over and over and over until I beat it into people's head, but nothing changes if nothing changes. In fact, I'll share a quick little story. The reason why I quit drugs wasn't really because I wanted to. I was very, very depressed the last time I started using. I was like literally crying every single day for like 6 to 8 months. And I had this friend and he was like cross-eyed and he wasn't a drug dealer. He was just like this guy. He would let me come over and I would use at his house. And like, he didn't do drugs, but I would cry and bitch to him every single day. One day he goes, Nicole, I love you. You can come here every single day. You can cry every single day. You do your drugs. Don't care. He goes, but I feel like I have to say this to you. You've been coming here every day for 8 months or over a year. I was at that point. And he's like, and you've bitched about the same thing every single day. He's like, and you have not done one thing to make a change. And I got so fucking mad. I was like, excuse me? I'm like, who the hell does this cross-eyed motherfucker think he's talking to? And I got my shit. I walked out and there were these two, like, this couple of like junkies, sorry, but they were. And I gave them a ride and they were fighting so bad about a corner, like a 0.002 of heroin. Like she's punching him, screaming. He's like, they're both like screaming, they're sick. And then they go, I flicked my cigarette out of the car. They're like, stop. And then I stopped and the kid got out to pick up my cigarette for the last drag. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I quit the next day. I was like, no, I don't want to be around these types of people. I'm not that. I've never been that. Why am I doing this to myself? He was right. I'm not doing shit. And I like still talk to him and I owe him so much for being straight up and saying that to me because nobody else did, and I was very good at faking shit and lying to people, I had no problem. I didn't look a lot of times. There were times, of course, but dirty. A lot of times I overdressed up or made myself like look better so people wouldn't know. So yeah, I owe that guy. Not a lot of people would have said that. At least, all right, I'm sure like my friends would, but I'm talking about like somebody in the hood, like just that I'm using like with things like that. But so
whoever this guy was, thank you.
Yankee.
Yeah. Like Yankee Doodle Dandy?
Mm-hmm.
or Daddy Yankee?
I'm more like Daddy Yankee, Spanish.
Oh, not bad.
Okay, so last thing is, Anna, what do you think your biggest changes, like physically, mentally, have been since your 20s till now?
Oh my God. Everything. Do you remember what we were like in our 20s?
Yeah, but I kind of feel like we're kind of the same, but different.
We're just responsible now.
Yeah.
We kind of like care about not ruining our lives or anybody else's. Not wake up in another state.
It used to be a big deal if we didn't go out on Friday nights.
It was a big deal if we didn't go out any night of the week, Nicole.
Or Tuesday nights. Tuesdays were like our biggest nights.
Oh my God. Do you remember we used to do like Jose Cuervo Mondays and like Johnny Walker Tuesdays?
Yeah.
Oh.
No, what I remember is every Tuesday we would get like a giant bottle of Jägermeister and a keg. Remember there was a keg?
And go to the Arboretum.
Somehow somebody gave me their password.
I don't know.
And we would like drive around, get drunk, and then go back to my house. My house was like the spot back then.
It was a party house. Did whatever the fuck we wanted. Unfortunately.
My mom had no clue.
I don't even know how. I don't even know.
All we had to do was like butter her up quick.
I know.
Like,
Oh, God.
If I had a kid, they wouldn't get away with. Sure.
That's why you gotta be tough, man. That's why it sucks. Like, don't get me wrong. Parenting it sucks. I don't want to be, like, tough.
But you have to for them.
Yeah, because, dude, like, 7:15, electronics are off. That's it. You're done. No Switch, no Xbox, no iPad. Give them all to me. They're going away. Even though they all have timers on them and it's off by 7:30, he can't go online on anything. But still, I'm like, no, out of sight, out of mind. It's mine. 7:15, that's it. You're 7 years old. You don't need to be on any of this.
It is. I got to imagine it's hard. And I will say, I think like that's kind of probably what I wish. I don't, it's hard. I mean, at the time, obviously, I didn't want my parents to be strict at all. Looking back, I wish they were a little more strict.
Like, just enforce things. Like, they would say things, but it wasn't like, no, you're going to do it. Right. It was like, exactly. Oh, you don't want to do it? Fine. Don't do it. I don't care.
Right. Exactly.
No, you're going to fucking do it. And you're going to do it right now, motherfucker. Go.
One of the biggest changes for me is, well, besides, like I said earlier, chin hairs. I've been getting like, I used to always get like one or two, but now I get them all the time. Oh, and the other thing, this is why another reason why I started my diet is I got a little piece of fat. Like I was getting so fat that like in between my stomach and my thigh, there was like an extra little roll there. I was like, oh, hell no. It's gone. But like,
you feel bad?
There were rolls in places I didn't know rolls could be. And there still are.
Oh.
Do you have anything else you want to talk about being in your 40s, your changes?
The hot flashes.
You're getting hot flashes?
Yeah. And then you get really, really cold out of nowhere. I was freezing all day today.
Are you going through menopause already?
No. But it listen, that shit does not matter. Doesn't matter if you're 40, if you're 45. None of it matters.
I have never had a hot flash before in my life. I don't even know what that means.
Wait for it, man. I
gotta tell you the funniest thing. My mom, it would be winter up here in like by Buffalo, and she would have the air conditioning on in the highest setting, telling all of us to go fuck ourselves, get an extra blanket. I was like, Mom, are you kidding? I was like, Mom, I'm so cold. Can you please shut the air on? Okay, so hot flashes. Anything else?
I like sweet all over the I wasn't like really into sweet. Yeah, I have like a sweet tooth now.
I love salty. Have you ever known me to like salt? I've always been a sweet. I love sweets. I want freaking salt.
All I want is sweet stuff. Nicole, you were the reason why I eat Pop-Tarts. I hated Pop-Tarts. I thought they were so gross.
No, you got to microwave them for 14 seconds.
I know. Well, now I know. The s'mores is my
They're not
favorite.
good in the toaster, though.
No, you got to put them in the microwave.
If you do 15, it depends on the microwave. There's a little bit of an adjustment curve. Well, let's just say, but if it's 14 seconds in this microwave and you do 15 or 16, it's destroyed.
Yeah.
It's a whole science. It's a whole science. I could teach everybody about it if you pay me.
25 cents a Pop-Tart.
I guess maybe we're like, we're so new into the 40s. I'm actually nervous. Like, that's, I think, the only reason why maybe I want to have a kid. Have you ever known me to ever say I wanted a child?
No.
Ever? It's just like, I know that I can't. And like, I never wanted that wedding. Like, and I still don't. I mean, I would get married, but I don't want that. Like, I don't have that fantasy of being in the dress. Like, it's just not me. I don't know.
No, it's
I'm more
not.
easy, laid back. Like, let's just whatever. I don't care. Let's go to across the street. Do it. Who cares?
It's
like
2-week vacay.
Yeah, like I don't like the attention like that anyway. But I never I don't know. I just didn't want that. And I don't know, but now I know it's going to be taken away from me, and it's like, and I'm scared to get wrinkles. And I will say, before this episode, I had to pluck out, there was one new gray hair growing in. And I'm starting to get, and I'm starting to get grays. Like last week, there was a curly gray on my shirt.
You're not supposed to pluck them. If you pull one out, 3 will follow.
Oh, well. I'll pluck them bitches too.
By Christmas, we're going to call you like Snow fucking White.
Are you not having grays?
I do. I have some.
It's scary. It freaks me out. And I think because like I did drugs
I feel like
for so long.
hair.
I feel like I missed out on my 20s. What?
I feel like I'm going bald.
Oh, your hairline? How's mine?
Yours is still.
I have a miniature forehead. My forehead is so
no forehead. I feel like my forehead got super. Like my hairline is just. It used to be over here now.
I feel like my hair. Everyone says, "Oh my god!" I even got my hair blown out like a couple weeks ago. Horrible job, by the way. She's like, I would have charged you more if I would have known your hair was so thick. I was like, thick. I literally pull out clumps of it a day. My hair is probably half as thick as it used to be.
Welcome to 40, bitch. It's all going to fall out.
All of it?
I don't know, but all of it. You don't have any kids, so you've been spared. But my hair got super thin after I turned 40. Like, I felt like everything around, like, the crown area, like, back here, just, like, kind of flat and just fell off. What is your problem? This cat is on the sofa chewing on his foot. Do you want to see this?
I also... I love when they stretch their toes out to clean in between.
Out. I'm like, how am I not watching this?
Doesn't he do it every day?
Yes, but I like it when he does it next to me because I want to watch.
I know, because my cat has those paws too, and he like spreads them, and he's like, with a little sandpaper tongue.
Yeah,
Good boy, cleans himself.
His toenails. Look at him. Oh, is that better, boo boo? Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh, he's getting in. He's like biting them. He's getting all the edges.
Yeah.
Yo, my cats are so smart. They, those little like squeeze up treats.
Mm-hmm.
When they'll get it and then they bite it to squeeze it out.
Really?
Did you see Piglet, how he was eating? He's like,
He's so freaking cute. Yo,
that's how
he is like,
does it.
How is he so skinny though?
He eats everything.
He was trying to get the other guy's food.
Everybody, when he's done, he eats quick, and then he goes from cat to cat and steals their food.
That's fucked up.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to also say quickly, well, whatever. Another thing that I think the biggest change is like, and you kind of brought this point before, is that I finally like feel comfortable. Like, I think I kind of like know who I am or the type of person I am, or like I could confidently say like what I want and like, you know, how to treat people, how to not treat people, like all these things that are, you know, a learning curve when in your 20s.
They really are.
I think like you're scared to go into your 30s. And I think the 30s was the best ever. I really grew up. And I think that's what happens, obviously. And I think the 40s, especially because a lot of people have kids younger, this is the time for you now. Even if you have a kid, you're probably not having a baby or anything. You know, this is the time for everyone to do you. Like, make sure you take care of you every single day and do something to better yourselves every single day. And you can make whatever you want in the world happen.
Fuck yeah, man. Right, Baloo? I mean, look at him. He was a kitty cat at the shelter. And now he gets homemade dinner with fresh chicken.
What's homemade dinner? I just would be nice if someone. Jason bought me McDonald's today, so that was nice. But like, can someone take me out to dinner, please?
I know, but then I'm like, do I really want to sit there for 45 minutes with this person during dinner?
Yeah, but you might like them. That's the thing.
No, probably not.
Sure. All right, well, let's.
You know, I got something to say about everybody. Like,
Is there anything else you want to say to anybody or anything?
Nah, man. Stop being shitty to other people. That's it.
Only we're allowed to be shitty to other people and talk shit.
Obviously,
okay?
because other people. Yo, I flipped out on this company today at work, and my office manager was like, "You really told them," and I'm like, "No, I fucking went off on this guy."
Well, thank you for watching. If you're in your 30s or you're going to be in your 40s
or in your 20s and you think we're relevant, thank you.
I know we are trying to be cool. Like, I know, listen, I'm, as the old folks say, hip with the youngsters.
Yo, with the bee's knees.
I'm actually, not going to lie, I'm probably like more cool than like the cool people. So
we were the cool people.
Very up to date with social media trends. Who's cool? Who's not? The drama, the tea.
Sip, sip. Oh my God.
So have a good week, and we will see you next week. And like, subscribe, go to our website, the Ana and Nicole Show.com. Follow us on social media, Ana Nicole Show. And live your best life. Do you. Don't take shit from nobody, girl, boy, whatever.
They, them.
Whatever. All right. Well, on that note, bye, bitches. Peace.
Bye, homies.
I deal with life different, make that limit squeeze. We're known for my style and identity.
Subscribe.
Better bounce back and get the cheddar cheese. I guess that's why